Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. This is in continuation of my speech, an introduction to Vedic astrology. This is part 4. In my last speech, I was talking about Vratams, particularly Ekadasi Vratam. There are two Ekadasis every month. That means in a year of 12 months, we have 24 Ekadasis. It is recommended in each of these Ekadasis, fasting is undertaken. In addition, among these 24 Ekadasis, the Ekadasi coming in the month of Kartika is called Kaisika Ekadasi, and Ekadasi coming in the month of Margari, the Sukalpaksha Ekadasi coming in the month of Margari is called Vaikunta Ekadasi. This Vaikunta Ekadasi is very important day where it is recommended that full fasting is undertaken, and if it cannot be observed for some reason or other, then at least water can be taken, and if in addition to water, if it is required, some liquids may be taken. Then maybe next level will be taking some fruits, and it is recommended salt should be avoided that day totally. Sugar is okay, and rice is to be avoided. So keeping all this into account, whatever is possible for a person, it is recommended. This is done. But it's a very unique day. Vaikuntha Ekadasi is a very unique day. As Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate magato bhayat. Even little dharma you do, it will save you from a big danger. When Krishna says like that, we have to understand that there were big dangers also in the past. There are dangers in the current scenario, and there will be a lot of challenges in the future also. One way of protecting ourselves from these challenges will be to observe fasting. Fasting, there will be some difficulties actually. Some difficulties will be there definitely, because we're used to taking normal food every day, and one day we have to avoid that. But the benefit from the fasting is very huge. And in addition to fasting, what is recommended is that we do japam or meditation, and if meditation or japam is cannot be done continuously for quite some time, then slokas or chanting Veda mantras by Brahmins, that is recommended. And visit to the temples or Devalayam is recommended. Visit to Lord Vishnu's temple, that is recommended. Especially in Vaikunta Ekadasi, it is believed that the gates of Vaikundam is opened on that day, so that devotees can enter Vaikundam. So let us take the opportunity and enter Vaikundam, and Lord will bless us. So in any vratam, in addition to fasting, what is recommended is, instead of doing the worldly activities, at least for some time, we have to engage ourselves in meditation. Meditation is for purifying the mind or manas. Then chanting slokas or chanting Vedic mantras is for the purpose of getting over the sins which you committed by expression of words. Then doing puja, Pushpanjali. Actually, Pushpanjali is a part of Shodasa Upajara. Shodasa Upajara we say. That means 16 Upajaras we do to Lord. And Pushpanjali is one such. And this Pushpanjali will help us to get over whatever negative effects which we acquired on account of our bodily actions. Then physical karma, whatever physical bad karma is there, will be substantially offset by these pujas. The next one will be, even if we don't have the habit of doing such Shodasopachara puja in our house, we can visit the temples nearby. Temples are storehouse of a lot of vibrations, and utmost purity is maintained there. So these are some of the ways by which we can take some conscious steps to acquire some punya and get over whatever sins are there in our name. While talking about astrology, I always believe that whatever karma is pending is indicated by the placement of planets in the horoscope at the time of birth. But these karmas can be mitigated by leading a virtuous life, a positive life, and by helping others and by not hurting others, either by word or thought or deed. If we have such a habit, then we will be able to get over whatever negatives are there at the time of our birth. I spoke about Vaikuntha Ekadasi. In addition to Vaikuntha Ekadasi, there are 24 Ekadasis every year. We have to observe one fasting in all these 24 days. This is the Vratam and worship for Lord Mahavishnu. For Lord Shiva, we have what we call as the Pradosha Puja. That is done on the Triyodasi day. Triyodasi means the 13th day from full moon day and 13th day from the new moon day. And it is done in the evening time. Evening time means Pradosha Kalam is between 3:30 in the evening to 6:30 in the evening. And the very word pradosha means whatever activity you undertake that time other than worship of Lord Shiva is considered to be a sin. It is believed that at the time of pradosha, all the devatas and all the gods, they assemble in the presence of Lord Shiva, and visiting Shiva temple means visiting all these devatas and Devam. So that way, visiting Shiva temple is recommended at the time of Pradosham. And those who have got the habit of doing puja at home, those are following that practice. Abhishekam and puja are to be done for Lord Shiva in the Pradosham time, especially with the chanting of Sri Rudram and Chamakam. We have 24 Pradoshams every year. 12 on account of Shukla Paksha Trayodasi and 12 on account of Krishna Paksha Trayodasi. In addition to Trayodasi, on Chaturdasi day also it is called Sivaratri day. In Sivaratri day, the Abhishekam is also performed for Lord Shiva and puja is done. We have one Sivaratri every month at the time of Krishna Paksha and one Sivaratri time Shukla Paksha. In the Krishna Paksha Sivaratri every month, the Sivaratri happening in the at the time of Masi month, Krishna Paksha Sivaratri happening at the time of Masi month is called Mahasivaratri. This is a very, very holy day, and on this day actually we are advised to be awake, alert, and engage ourselves in contemplation of Vedic mantras, say a few slokas on Lord Shiva, visit Shiva temple, and do meditation and all that. So this is another important Vratam. On Pradosham day also, on Triyodasi day also, there is a recommendation that fasting should be undertaken, and only after the evening puja and Aradhana of Lord Shiva, food can be taken. But there are modifications in that. Whatever is best possible, keeping in view our health, we can follow that. So I spoke about two important Vratam, one Ekadasi and another Pradosham Triyodasi. The third important Vratam followed is Sashti. We get two Sashtis every month. One Shukla Paksham, another is Krishna Paksham. There are 12 Sashtis. This day is ideal for worship of Lord Subramanya. And there's a saying in Tamil, Sattil irundaldane appayil varam. Normally the meaning given is that only whatever is there in the pot, maybe rice, whatever it is, only that will come in the spoon that is used to serve. When there is nothing in the pot, nothing will come. But the real saying is not that. Real saying is Sattil irundaldan agappayil varam. That means only when the girls, the married girls want to have progeny, if they have a Vradam on Sashti day and do puja to Subramanya Swami, they get good children. That's the belief. And Subramanya Swami is associated with fertility and childbirth. So we have two Sashtis every month. The Sashti coming in the Tamil month of Thai, normally it comes in Tamil month of Thai, that's called as Skanda Sashti. On this day, on this occasion, many people do fasting right from Prathamai to Sashti day, and on the evening of the Sashti day, after puja is done to Lord Subramanya, they take food. And some people do fasting only on the Sashti day. This is just like Vaikuntha Ekadasi for Lord Vishnu and Mahasivratri for Lord Shiva. And it is said that on the Sashti day only, Lord Subramanya killed the three demons, Surapatman and all that in Tiruchendur. Then we have for Lord Ganesha, Chaturthi Puja. Two Chaturthi Pujas are done. One is done in Suklapaksha Chaturthi, that is normally done early morning, before sunrise also many times. Puja is done and Ganapati Homam is also done. In the case of Krishna Paksha Chaturthi, it is called Sangadagada Chaturthi. In the case of Krishna Chaturthi, it is called Sangadagada Chaturthi. On the Sangadagada Chaturthi day, puja is done to Lord Ganapati in the evening, just around sunset time, when the night is appearing. So we have for Chaturthi also many people do fasting, but for Ganapati, what is more important is Naivedyam. So Naivedyam of Kodakatta, the sweet one, is recommended both in Sukla Paksha Chaturthi and Krishna Paksha Chaturthi. So we have for Ganapati, for Subramanya, for Lord Shiva and for Lord Mahavishnu. In the case of Surya Bhagavan, what is recommended is Surya Namaskaram. I think there are about 125 verses in Vedas regarding Surya Namaskaram. Chanting of these verses and doing Namaskaram are recommended. If somebody is not familiar with Veda, then reciting this Aditya Hridayam, the verse appearing in Yudhagandam in Ramayanam, it is said that when the battle between Rama and Ravana prolonged, Lord sage Agastya appeared before Lord Rama and initiated him into this Aditya Hridayam and asked Ramachandra Murthy to repeat Aditya Hridayam thrice after doing Achamaniyam, and Rama did that, and he used Brahmastram to kill Ravana. So that way, it is recommended that Aditya Hridayam should be recited 3 times after doing Achamaniyam, and if that is done, it is it is said that good health will be assured. So thus we have puja for Lord Surya also. Then for Ambal or Parasakti, Paurnami day is considered to be very auspicious, in addition to Friday and Tuesday. On Paurnami day, the normal tradition is that after the moon rise, the devotee sits in looking at the sky, seeing the Chandra Bhagavan, and recites Lalita Sahasranamam 3 times. So 3 times recitation Lalita Sahasranamam, Lalita Trasadi are considered to give very auspicious results. And Naivedyam will be Sakar Pongal or some sweet items. So that way we do Deva Puja for all 6 main gods: Ganapati, Subramanya, Shiva, and Parvati and Surya. And the puja for Mahavishnu will be with the puja for Mahalakshmi. They are always taken together. In the same way, the puja for Parvati is done along with the puja for Parameswara, and puja for Parameswara is done along with puja for Parvati. Now, in Pitru Puja, I spoke about 96 Sharnavatis, 96 days where Pitru Puja have to be done. In addition to that, yearly ceremony is also done in the month and Tithi in which the father or mother expired, it is believed that 1 month for us is equal to 1 day in Pitrulokam, and whatever monthly tarpanams we do, that will take care of 1 day's requirement is there, and the Devasam will take care of additional requirement for the that particular day of the year. And what is required to be understood is that the Pitris will be blessed with all the requirements by God always. And what we do for Pitris is only to get their blessings. If we do the Pitru Pujas, we get the blessings of the Pitris. If we don't do that, there will be negative effects, and it is always reflected in the horoscopes for generations together. So it is always better that Pitru Pujas are done correctly. And Gaya Stradam is to be done once in a lifetime. Gaya is located in Bihar, and visit Varanasi, Rameswaram, and Allahabad, and Gaya is done at least once in lifetime for performing Pitru Puja for father, mother, and other relatives. And Deva Puja actually is done for the days, for the Tidhis I mentioned. In addition to that, there are celebrations and pujas throughout the year that makes life very interesting, and the days we spend in the world very good for us and good for others also. It starts with Chitra month, where we have possibly Ramanavami, worship of Lord Rama. We have Chitra Paurnami. Then we have Akshaya Tritiya, where ladies think that day should be used for buying ornaments and other precious items, but actually Akshaya Tritiya is actually for giving charities to deserving people, and whatever charity given that day will result in a manifold effect. Then we have this Jayanti for Shankara, Ramanuja, and Paramacharya, Mahapariva. Then we have Dakshina Punnigalam, then followed by Navaratri for Mariamman. All the loudspeakers in different areas will be blaring with Amman songs. Then after that we have Krishna Janmashtami as Sri Jayanti. Then Sravanam or Gayatri Jam, they are all performed by Brahmins. In the case of Sravanam, all Brahmins assemble and do Vyasa Puja also after changing the holy thread. Then Gayatri Jam, all recite, all do Japam 1008 times in a single day. That makes a lot of impact in the cosmic sky. Removes all the bad vibrations and brings all positive vibrations. Then we have Ganesh Chaturthi. Then after Ganesh Chaturthi is is a huge celebration throughout India, especially Western India and Tamil Nadu. Then we have Pitru Paksha, 15 days where Hiranya Sadham is performed by different families on different days, and we have Navaratri, 9 days of worship of goddesses Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. Some social events are also there. Golus are done, and ladies visit each other's house. Then we have Deepavali, celebration for everybody. After Deepavali, we have Skanda Sashti. After that, we have Kartike, where stone lamps are lighted, Agal Valakis are lighted, and the entire Bharatavarsam looks like Jyoti. And in Trivandamale on the hills, Trivandamale fire is also lighted. Then after that, we have the holy month of Margadi, where bhajans, music concerts, and special pujas are done in all the temples in Brahma Muhurtam, right from 4:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Then Ayyappan season starts, people go to Sabrimala. Then we have Makara Sankranti or Pongal. Then we have Mahasivaratri. In between, some other Vardhams are also there. But the main Vardhams I already said in my speech. With that, I wish you all very happy, prosperous New Year 2021. I feel 2021 will be much better than 2020. There will be more economic recovery, stock markets and all markets will be bullish, and possible oil price may also go up. With these few words, one more thing I want to say is that our India will be accepted as a world leader by all the countries of the world. That will be one of the major improvement in the year 2021. With that, I wish you all very happy New Year. Thank you very much.